the spiritual dimension of where we're going as a species is the alpha and the omega, is front of center. And you and I, just before coming on air, and we'll get to it in a while, that last Q post talks about
Exactly.
and we'll get to that in a minute. But it is the alpha and the omega, and the doctrines of the old religions are being exposed. It's not that it's wrong. It's, you mentioned also the Apocrypha, the hidden Gospels of Thomas, of Enoch, etc. And we're learning that so much has been left out deliberately. You mentioned the Library of Alexandria. Well, you mentioned the vaults of the Vatican. Well, we were told, weren't we, that the Library of Alexandria was destroyed in a fire. Let's be clear. It was ransacked and all the information was stolen and sent to Rome many, many hundreds or thousands of years ago. And that's the vaults of the Vatican. That's going to be exposed in this timeline. So as an astrologer who deals with symbolism, I look to my Christian friends, and yes, I speak with an English accent, but my philosophy and my heart is wholly American. Let that be realized. And I say to you, I look you in the eye and say, why? Is because without the United States, we already would be in global tyranny. It is the constitution of our country, the United States, that protects global civilization from tyranny. And we got to the 11th hour at it being taken away. And when the White House, which is the good military, asked Mr. Trump, President Trump, to run, we all know that as part of our community. But much of the world still doesn't really understand it. So the Christian message has to be reintegrated, has to be brought back into our inner self. And that's with the North Node in Pisces. It's getting us to reimagine Christ. You see, Christ, he was never really about recruiting followers or an organization or being part of a church. He was actually showing us a special way. He was showing us a path towards love. And that's the Venus exalted in Pisces. He was showing us how to be authentic without fear, which is the Saturnian matrix that our friend Laura Eisenhower speaks so beautifully. The inversion, the control grid we mentioned earlier with the reincarnation cycle, that is being broken as we speak now. This is the Great Awakening. Princess Diana talked about the men in grey suits. We will talk about the Illuminati or the deep state. It doesn't matter what we call it. We have to learn that there's been a hidden hand playing the poker game very cleverly, playing the puppet game, and we on strings are being basically controlled and enslaved system.